Couldn't let another summer pass without a Liam Neeson movie dropping. This is supposed to be an action thriller, but let me tell you, there is very little action in the film. If you've seen the trailer already, that's the action. They tried to build story. They tried to give Liam Neeson some meat, because this is somewhat of a contained thriller. Like most of the movie, he is in a vehicle. But what I think happened is that they ran out of story. This conveyor belt of Liam Neeson movies are getting very stale and old and redundant. And with this, I think updating movies like Speed could have been great if you updated the story. Speed had a lot of action sequences, but the characters in the film, they knew enough of their backstory to give the role some depth. We were interested in the protagonist. We were interested in everyone that helped the protagonist save these civilians. And I think that's the weakest part of Retribution. You don't care about the protagonist, played by Liam Neeson. Now, a rundown, really quick, brief overview of what's going on in Retribution. First of all, the title is awful, but that's neither here nor there. So, Liam Neeson plays a broker. Now, Liam Neeson is 71 in real life, and he is not playing games with his age. He is not trying to be someone who is not his age, but you can tell that this was written for someone in their 40s or 50s. And they're playing in our faces because we are to believe that Liam Neeson's character has a teen son and teen daughter in high school. Is that possible? Of course, it's possible. Is it believable though? Absolutely not. When these kids were introduced, I thought these were his grandkids. Liam Neeson is stuck in the early 2000s, it seems like. These characters he's playing, it's like Groundhog Day, where we're getting the same Liam Neeson character, movie, and even world building over and over and over again. And I think they're not doing as well as Taken anymore because we've seen it before. By the time we see the trailer, we realize everything that's going on, which is the same thing that happened the previous movie. This is a semi-contained thriller where Liam Neeson's character, he is a trader, and he's good at his job. He, on the way to dropping off his kids to school, commuting to school, he saves one of his deals, someone that wanted to sell his stocks, jump ship, but he has a long-standing relationship, and so he saves that. But we realize that he's had some nefarious dealings as in his role as this trader. And so right off the bat, we don't like him. We don't like what he does. We don't like how he treats his kids. We don't like how he treats his wife. So he is not a likable protagonist. We're not on board with him. And that is a big issue when you're going to be stuck with a protagonist in one location for most of the movie. So doesn't treat his kids good. It's later in life. He's just not a good character. We've liked not good characters before, but they have something in them that we like. And I feel like in this character, there's nothing relatable to this particular character. So we're all along for this ride uncomfortable because we don't care that there is a bomb under his seat. So he gets a call from a remote hostage taker. Someone has him captive in his own car, and there is a bomb under his seat. And he is to fulfill the demands. And if he doesn't, the vulnerable people, the people that we're supposed to believe he cares about, will be killed. Basis of the story. Decent concept, not one that we haven't seen 100 times or a couple dozen times. We've seen it before, right? In better movies, Speed, we've seen it before. The issue that I had is that Liam Neeson's character isn't likable. And when we get to know him in that first 15 minutes, there's nothing to like. So we're actually in this vehicle as hostages too, along with his kids. He's not good to his wife. He's not good to his kids. He's not good to his clients. He's not a good person. There is nothing to relate to, and there is nothing to like. So we're along for this ride. The biggest issue is that they run out of story. With a contained thriller, semi-contained thriller, an action thriller, we need some story. And the problem I think this film has is that they tried to build a story off of somebody we don't like the whole way through. We go on this journey with someone. We can't wait to get out of the car, let it explode, let them die because we don't like them. And they put the kids in there to help us, or force us rather, to root for them, and it still doesn't work. So that's a big problem. They run out of story, the protagonist isn't likable, and I am not going to spoil it for you just in case you are going to see the film, but the ending is a cop-out. It's as if they ran out of story or ran out of budget and just tossed their hands in the air like, oh well, I don't care about the audience. We're supposed to pay money to see this film and you didn't even care? No, we have to take a stand. And like I said, it runs out of action. There aren't a lot of action sequences in this film. It's anticlimactic. The ending is such a cop-out. Wait till you see the ending. It's so frustrating. It's as if they just ran out of budget and just tossed their hands in the air, shrugged it off like, oh well, that's the end. Bye. Go home. This isn't a good movie. I'm disappointed that I even saw it. I knew going in, my expectations were already low. I knew what to expect because it's the same conveyor belt of, Liam Neeson movies over and over again with somewhat of a different setting or location, but it's the same plot over and over and over again. Now, he does have some moments where the expression on his face, because there's quite a bit of deadpanning, the expression on his face shows or emotes, but I still just didn't care because he's just too unlikable. At any rate, I'm sorry I had to rant. I'm just so frustrated with with what we're getting with these movies these last few months. It's so frustrating. I'm really looking forward to indie season because this is just a mess right now. With everything that is going on, the quality of movies are not getting better. At any rate, Retribution is currently in theaters now.